And we are live. Welcome to another episode of Not Mainstream, October 5th, 2018. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get right down into this. So, Brett Kavanaugh has been confirmed to go on ahead for the Senate vote, which is going to take place tomorrow. And it's expected that he is going to get confirmed and probably sworn in by Monday. So a lot has happened this week. The first thing that has happened is that the FBI cleared him through and through, which was no big surprise. We kind of figured that the FBI couldn't do anything or didn't find anything else that's so important. I hope they release the FBI reports. I think that would be quite interesting to read if they decide to release those reports.
Use the Freedom of Information Act to try and get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
they had it under lock and key for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Sorry. Still fighting this bad cold.
Yeah, it's that time of the year again.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's it's a good thing that he was. I mean, he cleared the hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
Referring to Kavanaugh, the FBI report. I think we essentially. Hey, Lael, there's Lael.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Lael.
I think we knew that he was going to be cleared because the FBI already conducted 6 investigations already.
Yeah.
And found nothing. You know, what would they have possibly found in a 7th investigation that they hadn't already found in the previous 6?
They found an extension in the time that they had to vote.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the FBI report, now that that's over and done with, and today the vote was taken, and the usual suspects, of course, said no, but But Susan Collins surprisingly said yes.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say it is midterm season, and so she's got to get those votes in.
Oh, and Joe Manchin also voted to confirm as well. Your savior there, Shane. Yeah.
Right in the coattails. Trying to get
Joe
the votes.
Manchin.
Trying to get the votes. But go ahead, Nikki.
I was just going to say that Collins, I was worried about her. I knew she was for Kavanaugh in the beginning, but then after, all the pushback from all the protesters and everything, I thought she might get influenced like Flake got influenced. And I was scared about that. But then she gave the most riveting speech I've ever heard today. And it went on for 45 minutes, and it was incredible. She went step by step. Everything that people were coming against Kavanaugh, she would state it, and then she would say why she was refuting it. She was going back and forth with all the different bullet points that all the Democrats were trying to get Kavanaugh with, and she just blew them out of the water one by one. No, these are all the precedents he did. He did over 300 opinions. If you read any of them, you would know, no, he's not against, women. He's not against overturning Roe versus Wade. He had a whole mess. We've got more information on this man than any of the other ones. All of them, So she just went down the line, and I absolutely loved it when she made the point that somebody in the Democratic Party released Ford's all the information, and called them out as pretty much despicable. So I thought that was incredible that she did
Yeah,
that.
but still, we are talking about Susan Collins. And I still don't trust her as far as they can throw her.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
she
not.
came through for me today, and she got a big old smiley face in my book. And you know what? She solidified Manchin's yes vote,
Mhm.
because he did
Yeah.
not put forth his vote until immediately after her speech.
Mhm.
So I think she had a lot to do with his vote.
Most likely did.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that. Well, I think it was pretty well expected that Manchin would most likely go along with it,
Yeah.
and that he would vote to confirm. It was a very narrow margin. It was 51-49.
Mhm.
That's pretty narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus if we had Pence, that would have been the tiebreaker. So
Right.
either
Yeah.
way, either way. So if Flake does flake out tomorrow, Pence would be the tiebreaker.
Yeah. I don't see, barring any sort of emergency or anything like that between now and tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
unless
think
something
there's
comes up late tonight. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't see anything coming up.
yeah.
Unless Feinstein dies and they give her a month-long funeral
Oh Lord. Oh
and
Lord.
hold the vote over until after the elections in November.
Oh God. I can't stand that bitch.
Let's hope to God she doesn't die. Because if she does, then yeah, they're probably. I agree with you, Lel. They'll probably take time off and delay.
Yeah,
Because who was the one with the wedding? They said we're gonna have to delay it because of the wedding. Because some senator had a family
daughter
engagement
there
too.
tomorrow. I don't remember who it was, but I saw that today. And I don't wish ill on anybody. I really don't wish her.
Mhm.
Right.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
saying that's if she did, that would be another tactic they could jump right
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
You know, to put it off longer.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree
And
with you.
they're not going to accept anybody that Trump proposes.
Yeah. No
You
doubt
know,
about it.
so
Yeah, but I mean, the good news is, barring, like I say, barring any unforeseen event, he's going to be confirmed tomorrow.
Hmm.
I
So
certainly hope so, and I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't count your chickens, but it's looking good.
Yeah. I figure within about 14 hours or so, depending on when they actually vote, I think there is going to be a confirmation. And by this time tomorrow, we'll definitely know. Sure.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Lisa Murkowski. She's voting no.
Oh yeah, of course.
Another rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, Heidi Heitkamp, and I'm not sure what state she represents, but she voted no. She says, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna
And
she's gonna lose. She's gonna lose the
she's
re-election.
up for re-election
She
too.
is.
She's up for re-election.
Yeah,
So
and since she's voting no, I think she's gonna lose. She's definitely gonna lose.
yeah, I think so.
there
I
are
believe.
so many um, regular Democrats, not liberal, right wing, left wing. Excuse me.
Hmm.
Regular Democratic people that live and work and pay their bills and their taxes and are decent and go to church.
Hmm.
A lot of them, more and more, are flipping.
Yeah, yeah. I was telling Henry this when we first started back is that there's two different types of Democrats. There's the mainstream Democrats, your Nancy Pelosi's, your socialists, all that grouping together. And then you have the second type of Democrats, this is what's the blue collar, white collar Democrats. That's leaning more towards the Republican conservative side of the party, who
Yeah,
they see that the mainstream Democrats are just done for, and they're not for them anymore.
there
Those
are
are Those are the blue dog Democrats. That's what those are.
Yeah.
That's the blue dog Democrats. Like your Zell Miller, he was a blue dog Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many Democrats that are not liberal,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak, and they just want to go to church, come home, raise their family, pay their bills, and they are seeing more and more and more what this left wing is going to,
Mm-hmm.
and more and more are changing over to the conservative side, and I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Because they've known I think they've felt it for a while, and now that it's just getting so bad to the point that they've just give up and gonna go conservative because
Mm-hmm.
it's better for look at how great the country is doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. And I thought it was cool. The president held, how many rallies did he hold this week?
Like
About 3 or 4.
four.
Oh,
4 or
Yeah.
a
5.
lot.
One of
It
them
was-
was up here. One of them was up here in South Haven, Mississippi, which is about 2 hours from here.
He was in what, Mississippi, West Virginia, was it Michigan,
Johnson
maybe?
City, Minnesota,
Minnesota, yeah.
and also Johnson City, Tennessee. That's where he started the week. Was in Johnson
Mm-hmm.
City, Tennessee. So
and
he's been busy.
Yeah.
and he's gotten such a response. I remember Johnson City, there were thousands that couldn't get in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was like what, 20,000 I couldn't get in, something like that.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. Yeah, I talked to somebody who was there. She said that they were turning people away. That's how.
Wow.
That's how many wanted to get in. I mean, they were turning people away. And see,
They
a friend that I
they were
talked to, she
showing they
got
were
to
showing
attend
the
a
line going all the way around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that.
She got to
Amazing.
attend a fundraiser beforehand. There was a fundraiser for Marsha Blackburn, who is running for re-election up there in Tennessee. And Trump, of course, is behind her. So,
Mhm.
of course, we have Cindy Hyde Smith here in Mississippi, who's running because she was appointed by Governor Bryant to fill Thad Cochran's seat after he retired.
Yeah.
So she's running for election. And she's going to be in the election in November. And gosh, we're 4 weeks away from the midterms.
Yeah, I am on pins and needles.
Yeah, me
I
too.
am on pins and needles. I have been
me too.
praying that red wave would get be reality.
God, yes. Please help us all, Lord.
Let's see here. So besides the Kavanaugh hearings, the NAFTA has been renegotiated, and it's been rebranded as well to the USMCA, so United States, Mexico, Canada. And that's another promise that Trump said on the campaign trail. He said he will either end NAFTA or renegotiate it for something better. And that's what he did.
NAFTA was bad from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, you had Ross Perot. You guys remember Ross Perot? That giant sucking sound.
Wow.
I think Henry froze up on us. Henry, if you can hear us, you froze up on us.
Yeah, I did too a little bit ago.
Ross Perot was a great businessman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he'd have been a great president, but that's when people started saying we need a businessman instead of a politician.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if that would have been Ross Perot that we wanted, but he took his family from homeless in the car
Mhm.
to millionaires.
I didn't.
Sorry about that. I was here 1 minute, and all of a sudden, bam.
That's what
Don't
happened to me.
We was talking about the USMCA, the new NAFTA.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a good deal. First, you know, you talking about Ross Perot. I remember him talking about them giant sucking sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and surprisingly, Chucky Schumer was praising Trump about the new deal with the USMCA deal.
Probably about the only thing he'll praise him on.
That's that was just shocking. That was shocking for me to see that because he is so adamant about bashing Trump that he actually said at least one decent thing about him once in his life.
He
I
had
can't
to have
stand.
some underlying plan for what he said that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
But
can't
yeah,
stand
I
Chuck.
agree. But
Yeah, I
never
can't
trust
stand Chuck Schumer. He's a
never
piece
trust.
of shit. He is. I can't stand him.
I know.
Yeah, I can't stand him either. His niece, Amy Schumer, I believe,
Cousin.
cousin,
Yeah.
was arrested. Was arrested during the Brett Kavanaugh protest.
Oh yeah, good. She deserves it.
Yeah, lock her up.
Yeah.
Lock them all
And then
up.
who was it? Dianne Feinstein said, "Well, the FBI report was not complete, and I think that the Trump White House has something to do with it." Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, and now
Yeah, like
the public can't see it.
yeah.
What? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
get that. I think they need to release it to the public.
there's a possibility that they may do that, and somebody may request to see it under the Freedom of Information Act. So, which is always possible.
Maybe.
Yeah,
And Trump should have the authority to release it.
I think so.
He can declassify anything.
Yeah, he's the president. He can declassify anything. Yeah, that's right. He can
So
declassify anything he wants.
let's start a petition up and have him declassify this.
Yeah.
The
Lost Nikki again.
lost Nikki.
Yeah.
But she said she was getting ready to leave.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bye, Nikki.
So yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think a lot has happened this week.
It's all Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Kavanaugh. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
only main thing that happened.
Yep.
Let's see here. Bette Midler is in the news.
Jeez.
Have you seen this? She compared women as the N-word of the world, raped, beaten, and enslaved. Okay, I don't know what planet Bette Midler is on, but I
They're
don't.
suppressed and used. Is that what she's saying? Like slaves?
Yeah.
That Midler.
Nikki says she lost the internet and be back ASAP.
It's like stick to quote unquote entertainment there, Bet. Yeah, we don't want to hear your political opinion.
She's like what, 90?
No,
she's up there.
Yeah, she's up there in years. She's just stick to she needs to stick to entertainment.
She said, women are the N-word of the world, raped, beaten, and enslaved, married off, work like dumb animals, denied education and inheritance, enduring the pain and danger of childbirth, and life in silence for thousands of years. They are the most disrespected creatures on earth. I don't know what country she's in, but first off, women are not enslaved here in the United States. They're not married off if they don't want to.
And
They don't have to work if they want to. I don't know where she gets they've been denied an education. I mean, geez. And she's talking. I think she's talking about Saudi Arabia or something. But
well, yeah, in the Muslim countries, that's all true,
mm-hmm.
but not here. But the Muslims
Right.
want to come in and overtake us
Mm-hmm.
and have Sharia law and make all of us women do that too. And I'll be damned.
Yeah. And she followed up, I think like a day or a few days later from that tweet. She said, I apologize. She said, the too brief investigation of allegations against Kavanaugh infuriated me. Angrily, I tweeted without thinking my choice of words would be enraging to black women who doubtfully suffer, both by being women and by being black. I am an ally. I stand with you, always have, and I apologize. So that's kind of racist by assuming that they're being endangered because by being a woman and being black. So that's tipping the racist scale right there.
She is just a fool.
I
An
know.
absolute fool. I can't stand her.
But in the Middle East, Africa, they are. It's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in some countries, but she's saying like here.
Oh, not here. I hate that these big mouth damn feminists. And if you don't like me saying it, I'm sorry, but they're marching for crap, stupid crap over here, and they don't seem to give a shit about the women who are endangered and living in squalor in the other countries. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
How often have you seen a liberal feminist march for, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan?
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
I don't get their way of thinking. I mean, the women here have it made.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we do. It may not be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but compared to other countries in the world, it is wonderful. And these feminists with their pink hats want to go and fuss and gripe about little stupid dinky crap.
Yeah.
And they're behind the Muslims 100%.
Yeah.
Do they realize what they're asking for? Go ahead.
The pink pussy hats.
Yes. Actually, they're not called pussy hats anymore because it's not gender neutral.
Oh,
for
God.
God's sake.
I don't know why all these celebrity women, why they think we care. I don't care about their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really the way they think it, they have this power over people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they do have some power over the liberal minds because they're so weak and they don't know how to think for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So they get sucked into that, believing in those people of power, what they think they have power. But they don't realize that the other half of America are conservative and they don't hear from us because we're the silent majority.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't go out acting like fools.
No, we don't.
So you won't see us. And the polls are all wrong because we don't go out and participate in all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope, that come these elections that we come out in full force and show them again we are out here.
Yeah,
I
and to piggyback on what you said about the celebrities and power, they are the reason why they're this so desperate and so anti-Trump is everything is because they're powerless now. The people, they up there, they're anti-Trump. Nobody's listening to them. The people that's pro-Trump is not listening to them, and they hate that. They hate that because they don't have control over you anymore.
well, they
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
did over me.
I would argue, and this is just what I would say. I would argue that there are more of us than there are of them. They
Yeah,
are just a
absolutely.
very vocal minority.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I agree with
It's like the whole racism that's in this country. Yeah, there's some racism, but the media punts the gasoline on the fire to make it look like there's more racism than there actually is. With this whole leftist thing, the media's put the gasoline on the fire to make it look like there's more crazy leftists out there.
and
Yeah.
there aren't.
Hmm.
And I would submit that the ones who are really the racists are the left.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think
because
they are the racists, not us.
Trying to stir trouble everywhere they go, and that came directly from Obama.
mhm.
Yep. I mean, remember, it was Obama that said, we need to get in their faces, according to conservatives.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Maxine Waters said, attack them anywhere
Mhm.
you see them.
Yeah, that's true.
So did Cory Booker. Cory Booker said that too.
Yeah.
Old Spartacus.
Now, what is, how is
Rand
that,
Paul.
how is that a way to be? It's
Hmm.
Rand
embarrassing.
Paul's wife's carrying a gun with her at night now.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him. I don't
Yeah,
blame him.
I mean, look what happened to Rand Paul. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, this is why I stress to everyone that's watching: carry a gun with you because you don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're so stupid. They want all this equal rights and all this stuff, but then they go and they break the law.
Hmm.
No. So they're
There
not
is
for the law at all.
Yeah, there has been so much. There has been violence against conservatives. Look what happened to Steve Scalise.
Hmm.
There was early this week there was a congressman who was kept in his office. He was assaulted. He wasn't beat up, but he was assaulted by a bunch of lunatics. Where is security?
Yeah. Where is
Hmm.
security? And why were all those dumb people in that building like that? I mean, so what? It's a public building, so that's why they are allowed to just roam the halls like that? Isn't that a security risk?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't get that at all.
That should be a building that is secured.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, you could have a lobby where they're allowed to go into and everything, but they are up in the halls, up in the office areas. That
Mhm.
should not be allowed. But
Yeah.
I get it. I get that there could be that clause where we have open door policy. You can come to my office at any time with your problems during a regular,
Yeah.
But that's
regular
not what
part
they,
of the year to complain to your Congress people or whatever. But that's ridiculous. I thought them sitting on the down floor in their office was ridiculous.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't get that either. It's like, isn't that trespassing? And we should be worried because anybody can go in there and they won't even know, and they grab a gun or something and shoot up the freaking place because of all the lack of security. It's just, I just don't get it.
it's just absolutely ridiculous. The fact that there are congressmen who they can't even feel safe now because just anybody can walk in there. Anybody can walk into the Congress
Shoot,
building.
I would be scared to death to be a Republican congressperson right now.
Yeah, I would be.
I
I
would
would have a
definitely
freaking
feel like I have a gun
gun
at
or
my
something. Yeah,
head every time
yeah.
I'd walk out of that
Yep.
building.
Yeah, I would. If I was a congressman, I would have carried a gun on me 24/7,
I
plus
mean,
security.
remember Jeff Flake? They blocked him into an elevator.
Yep.
Yeah.
These crazy women, I'd be carrying a taser, like, get the hell out of my way, or somebody's gonna get.
They were
Maybe.
thorough paid women.
Yeah,
They
they
were
were paid
thorough
hustle.
paid
Oh
women.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And let me bring up that article from the Daily Caller about the whole Soros thing. But
When is
while I do
that?
that,
The thing is, if when Soros finally dies, this damn youngin is gonna take right over.
yeah,
Is
Yeah,
he as bad as his dad?
Probably.
I
yeah,
don't know. I
yeah.
have no idea.
I
He
have
I've
no
is.
heard
idea.
yes.
I've
Now,
I've heard yes.
now Fox News is getting just as bad as, but they're becoming fake news, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not really. The only people I like on Fox is Tucker, Laura, and Sean.
Oh,
The
don't
Judge
rest of
forget
it's just
Janine.
crap.
Judge Janine. Don't forget
And
about
Judge
Judge
Janine,
Janine. Yeah,
Yeah, I love.
love
I
Judge
can't.
Janine.
I put on my Christmas list. I want her book.
yeah.
There's 4 books I want, and that's going to be my Christmas present.
Yeah, definitely Judge Janine. You gotta throw her in there for sure.
Yeah,
She's great.
Judge Janine's book, Tuck Carlson's book, Ship of Fools, Jarrett. What's his first name?
Loeffler. Oh,
Jarrett.
Greg Jarrett. Greg Jarrett. Greg Jarrett.
Jarrett,
Yeah.
and who's the other one on it? Um, Ship of Fools, Jarrett, Tucker. Oh, and Judge Janine. Wait,
Yeah.
is that 3?
Sean Hannity.
Sean, no, I don't want his. Can't
Laura
think of
Ingram.
who hers would be cool. Hers would be a gun.
Oh no.
I can't think of.
To
Oh,
go.
Jason Chaffetz. I want his book
Oh,
too.
yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yep.
While I
Definitely.
found
But
that article about Soros, also in Hollywood, who cares about Hollywood news? Molly Ringwald came out and said the Republican Party is the rape party.
The rape party?
Yep.
shoot, get a phone call. Hang on, guys. I'm getting a phone call. I
Right.
gotta take this. Be back.
What's she done lately to get us to appreciate?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm surprised Molly Ringwald is still relevant. Seriously, since what, the 80s? She hasn't had a movie since like the 80s or something?
Yeah.
Dude.
I gotta get ready to leave, guys. I'll see you if you're still on when I get back.
All right.
Bye,
So
Bye.
earlier this week, 2 packages with ricin was sent to the Pentagon. Also, a white powdery substance was found in Ted Cruz's office, and then 2 people from Ted Cruz's office was taken to the hospital because of that. I think in an update to that everything was okay and they were not in harm's way. So nothing bad happened to those people.
Yeah, that's what I understood. That they called it time, whatever, and nobody was. Thank goodness.
Yeah, they said the substance was not hazardous.
But it was ricin.
For Ted Cruz's office, it wasn't ricin, but for the Pentagon, it was ricin.
Okay.
Now, seeing how I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan, ricin was actually a part of the subject in a storyline in the Breaking Bad episodes. And basically, what ricin does, it makes you feel like you've got the flu, and it goes undetected if you go to the hospital. Now that's what they claim in Breaking Bad. Um, let's see here if we can get some more information about what ricin is.
Supposed to be deadly.
It is. I think it's like some kind of it's made out of some sort of beans. Let me see if we can look up and see what ricin is. Okay, ricin is produced from the seeds of a castor oil plant. It is a highly potent toxin. A dose of purified ricin powder, the size of a few grains of table salt, can kill in an adult human. A median lethal dose of ricin around 22 micrograms per kilogram of body weight if the exposure is from injection or inhalation, if you inhale it. Oral exposure to ricin is far less toxic, as some of the poison is inactive in the stomach. An estimated lethal oral dose in humans is approximately 1 milligram per kilogram. Ricin is very toxic if you inhale it, inject it, or ingest it. It can also be toxic if it does contacts the eyes, or if it's absorbed by the through damaged skin. It acts as a toxin by inhibiting protein synthesis. It prevents cells from assimilating various amino acids into proteins according to the messages it receives from the messenger RNA. In a process conducted by the cell's ribosome, the protein making machinery. Let's see here. What's the side effect? Okay, because the symptoms are caused by failure to make protein, they may take anywhere from hours to days to appear, depending on the route of exposure and the dose. When ingestion, the gastrointestinal symptoms can manifest within 6 hours. These symptoms do not always become apparent within 2 to 5 days of exposure to ricin. Effects of ricin can affect the central nervous system, the adrenal glands, kidneys, and liver. Ingestion of ricin causes pain, inflammation, and hemorrhage in the mucous membranes or of the gastrointestinal system. Gastrointestinal systems quickly progress to severe nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and difficulty swallowing. So I'm guessing that's the whole point of it. It kind of looks like the flu. Early symptoms include a cough and a fever. So yeah. So they were pretty accurate on the whole ricin thing in Breaking Bad. So yeah, so packages of that stuff were sent to the Pentagon. Let's see here. I'm trying to read this to see.
Where would a regular individual get it from?
Well, castor beans is how you make it. So I'm not sure where they could get it from.
And why would anybody make it? I mean, unless they wanted to, kill somebody. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like something that is made by pharmaceuticals because there's any good use for it.
Yeah, I don't know where you can get the castor beans at. The castor oil plant. Let's see what that.
I'm just thinking, who and why? I mean, if you want to send it to the White House or something, I can understand why, but where would you get it unless you made it yourself?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's how the Yeah, the way you make it is with the seeds of the castor bean, the castor oil bean. You take the seeds and then you do something to the seeds, and that's how you make it.
Grind them.
Yeah, I think you probably have to grind them up.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure where the castor oil bean plant is originated. I'm not sure if there's like that in the United States or not. I'm not seeing anything that can tell me where that plant is based in.
I wonder,
Uh,
is there anything else you can do with the bean other than make poison? Anywhere? Why would anybody grow it, or does it grow wild in some country, or I don't know.
well, let's see here. And on Wikipedia, so take this for what it's worth. The top 10 castor oil seed producers is India, China, Mozambique. I'm not sure what that is. Ethiopia, Thailand, Brazil, Paraguay, South Africa, Pakistan, and Vietnam. So they didn't say where the packages was sent from. Now, unless someone ordered those beans from the internet
Yeah,
and
from
they
one
made
of.
it themselves.
That was actually Cliff Barrickman I talked to.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah,
How's Cliff?
he's good. He's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So we was talking about the whole ricin that was sent to the
Oh,
Pentagon,
yeah. There was something sent
and
to Ted Cruz's office too in Houston.
yeah, white substance, and they said
Yeah,
it wasn't harmful,
yeah.
and everybody there was taken to the hospital, and they've been cleared. But I was
There.
talking with Lil about where they get the beans from to make the ricin. Because
Mm,
you know, in Breaking Bad, Walter White
yeah.
makes the ricin so he can tries to poison Tuco with it, and then he
Uh-huh.
tries to poison Gus, but he ends up poisoning Lydia with the ricin.
Yep. Yep.
And with the ricin, they in the show they said that it makes it look like you've got the flu, and it's undetected. It's usually
Yep.
undetected.
Yep. Yep.
But I was on here researching to see where that particular package may have came from, and the castor oil seed. There's only 10 of them. India, China, Mozambique, Ethiopia, Thailand, Brazil, Paraguay, South Africa, Pakistan, and Vietnam. So either someone ordered the rice and the seeds from the internet to attempt to poison, or it was someone from out of the country that sent the package. Because I don't think where they've said where the packages was sent from.
No, they haven't that I've seen.
Yeah. I'm fairly safe then. It's
But
getting more dangerous. Things are getting a lot more dangerous. They really are. It's
anybody
getting.
could have ordered it from wherever and mailed it from here, also, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's scary.
Yeah, it is.
We hadn't had a ricin story in a while, you know.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's getting more dangerous. I mean, we have congressmen being assaulted in their offices. We have rice being sent to congresspeople and senators.
Yeah,
We,
and
we, we
and people threatening everybody. You know,
Yeah.
so it's. I hate to see what's going to happen after Kavanaugh gets confirmed.
And don't forget about that former staffer, who was a former staffer to Sheila Jackson Lee and Dianne Feinstein and Barbara Boxer, doxing several Republican senators.
Oh,
Yeah.
They caught him.
Yeah, they caught him. That's great. I'm glad they caught him.
Yep.
agree.
Like, good. Yeah.
You know, they need to catch all of them. They need to get all of. I posted on Twitter that they need to get every single leftist, lock them up, put them in prison, so they can have their socialist empire that they want. Have it in prison, away from all of us.
Yep. That's where they belong.
Well, that's what they want for America.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a poll from the Daily Caller. 31% of millennials identify as Democratic Socialist or Socialist. Actually, there's no difference. So 31% identify as Socialist.
I was going to say, yeah, there is really no difference there. No, none at all.
22% identified as strong Democrat versus 10% as strong Republican.
It's just crazy. And things just get crazy. Crazier and crazier.
Who did this poll?
What was that, Lo?
I said, who did this poll?
This was from BuzzFeed. According to a study of Morrow/Blue and BuzzFeed News.
Yeah, BuzzFeed's a big-time lefty organization.
Yeah. So it doesn't shock me that most of their viewers and readers are socialists.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I used to have BuzzFeed pop up, and I got rid of it.
Yeah, I got rid of it too. I found that article about Soros. Soros-backed activists slipped cash to anti-Kavanaugh protesters before arrest. So let's take a look at that. Disrupting Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation.
What a nasty man.
The cash is for the protesters to resolve their charges after an arrest. Activists also explain how individuals could be arrested and released in order to disrupt the hearing multiple
Starting to break up, Shane. See, they don't like to talk about George. They don't like to talk about George Soros. You're breaking. Shane, we can't understand a word you're saying. You're breaking. We're only getting every other word.
Go out and come back, Shane.
Protest.
They don't like it when you talk about George Soros.
Disrupting activists. Not really great at calling us. So now.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
You might have to go out and come back in because you were breaking
that
real bad. Like I say, they don't like it when you talk about Soros.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're frozen up there, Shane. We can't hear you.
Oh, shame.
Yep. Like I said, they don't like it when you talk about George Soros.
Well, George Soros don't like it.
Nope.
And he's
He,
probably in command of everything.
well, he thinks he's pure as driven snow.
The Nazi.
Yeah, he
How
was.
can how can they never mind. It's just
All right, try
no,
it again, Shane, because
no
like I said,
reason to talk about it again.
they don't like it when you talk about Soros.
Oh wait. Here he is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
A little bit better. If you're trying to talk, we can't hear you.
How about now?
We can
It's
hear you.
better, but you sort of sound kind of robotic.
Still issue here. Let's see here. Let's see here.
Let's see what else happened this week. Shoot.
Oh, Kanye.
Oh yeah, Kanye was on Saturday Night Live, and he made a very impassioned plea. He is definitely behind President Trump, but he was actually wearing a MAGA hat, and he said that they tried to pressure him into not wearing it out on stage.
Yeah.
They being the producers of Saturday Night Live, they tried to pressure him into not wearing it on stage. He basically told them, "Screw you, I'm going to wear it."
Yeah, Kanye. I've never been a great fan of Kanye,
Yeah,
but here in the last little while, he has been speaking up for Trump a little here and a little there. And I'm glad for that because he's speaking the truth. That
yeah,
the Democrats have been holding the black community down for so many years. And I just wonder, all the Kardashian girls were so liberal. I wonder if any of them have changed their mind, if Kim, as his wife, has changed her mind any. But I'm proud of him for standing up. He gets a few, points in my book.
all right, Shane, try it again.
All right,
We
am I
saw you
good?
there. Yeah,
Yeah, you better now.
yeah, but he only started going robotic right about when he started talking about Soros.
Oh, yeah. Do, 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 do. Well, you want me to talk about Soros and see if I go robotic?
Kanye.
He is one bitter, bitter old Nazi.
Yep.
He wanted
Nazi. Yep, Nazi.
he wanted the Nazi Party to take over back then, and he still wants it now.
Yep. Okay.
And you know, I have a very good friend whose mother is from Germany, and saw terrible, terrible things as a child. Boxcars, you know, with bodies and all of whatnot. And was taken from her family for a number of years. She got back with her family and she grew on up. And she's a wonderful person. But, and this is my friend's mother. But my friend's aunt is still in Germany. And she still loves the Nazi Party
Wow.
after all these years. My friend's mother married an American soldier, moved over here, and had her kids, and you know, and it's been a rough life for her, remembering the horrible things she saw as a child, but she's had a good life since she's got here, and you know, and is a happy, nice person. But her, I guess it's her sister, is still Nazi. Still lives in Germany and still has that ideology or whatever you want to call it. And they don't try to change her. They just, you know, love her and move on. You know. And I guess that's what Soros is kind of a. There are still some out there.
Yeah, they are.
You sound okay now. Maybe you could try. Unless they shut you down again.
Yeah, I'm not going to try, but I'll post it because the article is very long. I'll post the link in the description below. But yeah, Kanye West, I absolutely like him now. He's great until unless he stabs us in the back, but I don't see that happening.
I'm not gonna let wait. Yeah, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, but hopefully it won't.
Yeah.
But if he wants to run for president in 2020, I think he ought to wait and let Trump have it 4 more years. And if Kanye wants to run, let him run.
I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. And let's wait and see what he has to say in the next, 5 years or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, what other news do we have? Any?
Main stuff that happened. So yeah, let's get into some local news. Henry, what's your local news?
Hang on a second. I do have some local news. So I'll pick some first. And all right, let's see. Okay, you guys know I've been talking about the Jessica Chambers case. This is pretty local. It's local here in Mississippi. It's up here in Batesville, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from here. Actually, Cortland, but Cortland is close to Batesville, so basically the Batesville-Cortland area. Well, earlier this week, there was a second mistrial declared in that case. So, I don't know if they're going to try him a third time or if the suspect Quentin Tellis, but he is actually set to face charges in another murder in Louisiana. The man who had been charged with the burning death of 19-year-old Jessica Chambers is headed to Louisiana to face charges of murdering a different woman in 2015. As Crime Online previously reported, a Mississippi judge declared a mistrial in the Chambers case this week after a jury could not agree to a verdict. This was the second time Tellis had been tried for the murder of Jessica Chambers, and last year's proceedings also ended in a hung jury and a mistrial. Ming-Chen Xiao, a Taiwanese exchange student at the University of Louisiana at Monroe, was found murdered in her apartment in July 2015. Days later, Tellis allegedly used her stolen ATM card to take cash out of her account. According to the commercial appeal, prosecutors believe that Tellis stabbed Xiao dozens of times, torturing her into giving him her PIN number. Panola County District Attorney John Champion told the newspaper that Tellis is expected to be transferred back from Mississippi to Louisiana, where he had been serving a jail sentence on a burglary charge this week. That's when they're going to send him back. Champion also said that he had not made a decision about whether Tellis would be tried a third time for the murder of Jessica Chambers, and that he wanted Tellis' case in Louisiana to be resolved before that happened. We actually borrowed him from Louisiana, so before we do anything, Louisiana will have to finish their case, Champion said. So, if this guy, I mean, it sounds like if he murdered Jessica Chambers in late 2014, and then he goes to Louisiana and murders this woman.
Yeah.
He's a piece of crap. He really is. But we don't know if he actually did this or not.
Yeah, you gotta prove, and I believe you've got to prove, but
Well, they have not been able to find the information. Excuse me, they've not been able to find the evidence. The evidence has not been sufficient in the Jessica Chambers case to say yes, he did this.
Okay, that was the first case, right?
Yeah, and then he goes to supposedly goes to Louisiana. Said that he was able to withdraw money out of this other woman's account, stabbed her to death, tortured her into giving him her PIN number and all that. So now, I mean, how else would he have wound up with her PIN number or her ATM card? I mean, yeah, burglary, yes, but he had to have had something. I don't know. He may have had something to do with this.
I have been robbed recently.
Oh my gosh.
By someone that I was trying to trust and help, someone that was very close to me. And I have a Walmart debit card, a prepaid card. Then I have a debit card from the bank, which has a chip in it. But you can run that debit card and credit cards now without a PIN number. And that's what happened to me. There are certain stores and places that if you don't have a chip, you have to slide the card and you have to put in your PIN number. But if you run it as credit, which it will, you don't have to put the PIN number in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was someone I'm close to, I love dearly. They were in trouble. I was trying to help. And he actually took my card out of my pocketbook early in the morning, went to town, took the money out at an ATM, and then come back and put the card back. So until I went and checked my balance or whatever, I went to pay a bill and I didn't have enough money. And I knew I did.
Yeah.
So I went and looked, and $100 had been withdrawn. And I went around and looked and asked, and I know he did it, and he admitted to doing it. But now I've got to get to town and check my card with the bank because I think he hit it too.
Yeah.
So
Shane,
you can.
I sent you the link, Shane, to the case, the Jesse Chambers thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can include it in the links below.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. So.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I hope him catch him.
I have a couple of other local stories. One of them, of course, is national because the president was here in South Haven, Mississippi on Tuesday night. Trump looks ahead to November during rally. With the Landers Center in South Haven filled to the brim, President Trump hosted a Make America Great Again rally with a heavy emphasis on the importance of the upcoming midterm elections in November. President Trump touted the success of the economy, the recent trade deal with Canada and Mexico, which we talked about earlier, the impact of tax cuts for American families, and the progression of talks with North Korea. With the Republican majority at stake at the House and Senate, Trump voiced concern over what would happen if that majority disappears. 5 weeks from today, all of this extraordinary progress is at stake, the president said. I'm not on the ballot, but in a certain way I am on the ballot, so please go out and vote. On November 6th, you'll head to the polls in one of the most important congressional elections of our lifetime. The only reason to vote Democrat is if you are tired of winning. Trump told the crowd to act as if he's on the ballot and to get out and vote. While Trump isn't on the ballot, Senators Sidney Hyde-Smith and Roger Wicker will be. Trump spoke highly of both as they fight to keep their seats in Washington. The president singled out Wicker first, stating that he's a warrior that has always had the president's back. Wicker faces Democratic challenger David Beria in the election. Trump then brought Hyde-Smith to the podium. Trump endorsed the newly appointed senator in August, and tonight he praised her backing of his agenda. Hyde-Smith thanked Governor Bryant for the opportunity and told the president that she wants to work alongside him to ensure his vision is pushed. Every time I walk onto the Senate floor, I want to help President Donald J. Trump, Hyde-Smith said. Trump described his appreciation of Hyde-Smith's voting record since she arrived in Washington and said that a vote for her in November is a vote for him. Hyde-Smith faces State Senator Chris McDaniel, Republican, former Congressman Mike Espy, Democrat, and Navy veteran Toby Bartee, Democrat, in the election. During the rally, Trump recalled the conversation he had with Governor Bryant about a potential replacement following Thad Cochran's retirement earlier this year. I said, Phil, who's the best? And he had no doubt in his mind. Since then, Cindy has voted with me 100% of the time, Trump said. She has always had my back. She has always had your back. A vote for Cindy is a vote for me and to make America great again. Hyde-Smith ended her remarks by saying that they must get back to D.C. because they got a Supreme Court justice to get confirmed as the crowd erupted. Trump spent a large portion of the rally speaking on the recent developments surrounding the confirmation of Judge Brett Kavanaugh. The FBI is now investigating the allegations of sexual assault against Kavanaugh from 1982, and Trump condemned the coverage surrounding the allegation. Now, this was from Tuesday, so obviously the investigation's concluded since then. Guilty until proven innocent. That's very dangerous for our country, Trump said. I have it all the time, but for me it's part of the job description. Toward the end of the rally, Trump turned his attention back to the economic impact of recent policies, including tariffs placed on foreign products. Trump discussed the billions of dollars worth of tariffs and how the market has rebounded amid recent trade discussions. He also stated that since his election, China's markets are down 30%, while America's are up by 55%. As for the future, Trump continued to discuss the importance of the Republican majority as a replacement for Obamacare hangs in the balance, along with the continuation of tax cuts and the administration's focus on border security. He stated that funding for the wall will only come with more Republican votes. While Trump won't be on the ballot for November 6th, he looked ahead toward 2020 as he referenced the size of the crowd. He seemingly felt good about the outlook. Who the hell is going to beat us? Trump exclaimed. Wrapping things up, Trump told the crowd that it's up to them to decide what path the country takes as November approaches. It's time to choose whether we turn back to the future and frustrations of the failure and frustrations of the past, or whether we continue forward into the unlimited promise of our future, he said. The future is in your hands, just as it was in 2016. As if it would end any other way, Trump's final statement before saying "get out and vote" was, "We will make America great again." So that was the president here in the Magnolia State earlier this week. And the second story is our Attorney General Jim Hood is actually running for governor next year. After months of hinting at a run for governor in 2019, Attorney General Jim Hood has made it official. Hood made the announcement on the steps of the courthouse in his hometown of Houston after being introduced by his wife, Debbie. As Hood has continued to toy with the notion of a gubernatorial run, it was her permission he sought. She opened the announcement saying that it was in church on Sunday that she truly came to the realization that this was the right step for her husband and their family. I felt convicted about Jim's continued service to all people in Mississippi, she said. Hood then stepped to the podium and discussed what he hopes to accomplish throughout the campaign. As for what drove him to his decision, Hood stated that he believes his campaign will have bipartisan support and he hopes to end the divide between Republicans and Democrats. I'm sick of this bickering and fighting, he said. These petty partisan politics are getting us nowhere and we're not moving forward. I've had 100 Republicans and over hundreds of Democrats encourage me to run simply because they know what we're doing right now isn't working. As the AG since 2004, Hood is the only Democrat in Mississippi currently holding a statewide office. Hood mentioned that his values align with both parties and he hopes to see a bipartisan support system. I believe in fighting for the least among us, Hood said. I believe in fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. I think both Republicans and Democrats agree to that. Hood compared Mississippi's growth rate to surrounding states and said that it is lagging behind due to policies that lead to young people leaving the state. He went on to say that current legislation allows large out-of-state corporations to take money out of Mississippi and that MainStream businesses are suffering. President Trump was in South Haven last night and spoke of a booming economy, but Hood sees it differently. If they talk to people in business on the coast, it looks good, but business isn't moving. If you talk about Northeast Mississippi, other than the Golden Triangle and maybe DeSoto County, particularly two-lane highway towns like mine, there's just no growth, Hood said. The Attorney General recalled his grandfather practicing medicine in the area when he was younger, and an emergency room that has now closed in Houston. He brought this up to discuss the state of rural health care in the state. We've had an emergency room out here in Houston my entire life. Now that ER is closed. To put that in perspective, in 1940, we had better emergency health care in rural Mississippi than we have right now. That's insane, he exclaimed. Hood stated that his run is aimed at finding solutions to what he believes to be the issues facing the state. There are so many people that tell you what's wrong and whose fault it is, but not telling you how to fix it, he said. As for Hood's solutions, he once again stated that tax cuts to out-of-state corporations hurt the state and working to improve job training and expanding VOTEC programs across Mississippi must be a priority. Infrastructure also came up, and Hood stated that recent plan passed during the special session was smoke and mirrors. This guy's a jackass. The plan, titled the Mississippi Infrastructure Modernization Act will bring nearly $200 million to the state's roads and bridges each year through revenue from a lottery, sports betting, the internet sales taxes, and vehicle user fees. Speaking of the importance of early childhood development, Hood mentioned that he hopes to establish universal pre-K education across the state. It would be the greatest investment that the state of Mississippi has made in our children since the 1982 Education Reform Act, Hood said. In his current role of Attorney General, Hood boasted the success of his office in allowing the collection of the internet sales taxes, the recovery of $3 billion from Mississippi taxpayers, and the increased attention to cybercrime and domestic violence cases. Hood ended his remarks by saying that he believes this is a chance to set up the next generation of Mississippians with a better future. It's time for Mississippi to pull together, and it's time for these partisan petty politics to stop. Well, then why don't you tell your side to stop? It's time for us to protect our values, to create a future for our kids so they can stay here and build a Mississippi that works for everyone in Mississippi, he said. The 2019 election is a long way away, but Hood stated that he hopes to begin to ramp up fundraising efforts now that he has officially announced his campaign. Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves is expected to oppose Hood in the race. Yeah, this guy's a jackass. He just is.
How is he as an attorney general?
He's okay as an attorney general, but he's lousy. I mean, I'm not going to vote for him for governor. No. I mean, because Phil Bryant, his 2 terms are coming up, or are about to end. So he's already. This is Phil Bryant is in his 2nd term right now. He's doing a great job. He's done a great job for our state. So.
Mm-hmm. Is he a popular attorney general? Do you see him winning?
I don't know. I mean, our state's elected Democrats before, especially for governor. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know North Carolina had a stupendous Republican governor. And in the 16 elections,
mm-hmm.
How in the hell did North Carolina vote predominantly for Trump and at the same time vote in a Democratic governor?
I have no idea.
Me either.
That's just like us. We voted for Trump and we kept Jim Justice. He was a Democrat, and then he switched parties to Republican, and then Joe Manchin, he's a Democrat. I don't get it.
I just don't understand unless voter fraud. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one possibility.
But how can a state, like I say, predominantly vote for Trump and at the same time vote for a Democratic governor? We've got Roy Cooper now, and I can't stand to look at the man.
Yeah, I hear you.
We had just McCrory, the Republican, had done so good, and we had jobs, and the economy was good, and he was building up everything. And how in the hell did we vote in Roy Cooper? It's been 2 years. I'm still aghast.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, what do you got to deal with it now?
You have any local news, Lyle?
You what? Oh,
do you have any local news?
My local news is that I finally got a freaking water pump.
Oh, good.
Congratulations.
We have not had water since the hurricane. And
wow.
I have got a freaking pile of dishes. You know, we've had baths, and you know, we've been all right with the family around to help and all of that. Oh, but hopefully this weekend I'll get my new water pump. and that'll just be stupendous. And as my regular thing I promote is go to Melissa George, paranormal author, buy her books. She's doing good. She's healthier. And she's still trying to make all of it, but she's doing good. She's got a lot of bills. Please go Melissa just George. Type it in, we'll get you there. And buy some books. They're extremely good. I've read them all.
Mhm.
And
Just send me the link, and I'll post it in the description below.
okay. Okay, I'll try and do that. Okay, Shane, what's your local news?
All right, so this is infrastructure. Plans to extend the King Coal Highway project are underway. On Wednesday, September 26, 2018, Governor Jim Justice approved funding for a portion of the road in Mercer County. The West Virginia Department of Transportation has rewarded the contract for a 4-mile section of the King Coal Highway to Kanawha Stone Company of Nitro. The new part of the roadway will stretch from John Nash Boulevard to Airport Road in Mercer County. The money to fund the project comes from the Roads to Prosperity program. The cost is expected to be $57,529,863,086. Work is set to begin in the spring of 2019 and last through the end of 2021. So yeah, this King Coal Highway has been in development hell for about I want to say 10 years now. What happened is they got close to finishing it, but they ran out of money, and now they're getting the money to finally finish it out.
Cool.
Cool.
Right.
Well, I mean, it seems like every state, or it seems like just about every state, does have infrastructure problems. I mean, bridges that can collapse.
Yep.
All kinds of interesting stuff. So, obviously, you're gonna need good bridges. You're gonna need good roads.
Yeah.
Oh, and the overpasses also. You need good overpasses because we've seen stories in the news of these overpasses collapsing. Not a very good thing.
But remember, build that.
What was that?
What's that?
I said, you didn't build that.
Oh, yeah. That's what Obama said.
That's my economy that he's riding off of. That's my economy.
You didn't build that. You got nice roads. You didn't build that. You got a post office. You didn't build that.
Oh my God. I just don't. I don't get it. Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Does anybody have final comments or something that we forgot?
No, just go Brett.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yep. Tomorrow's going to be very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do they ever announce the time of when they're going to vote?
Shoot, I don't know. They'll probably do it in the morning because they want to want to do it as early as possible.
Yeah.
So they can have the rest of their weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all gonna sleep in till 8:30 or 9. Go and have a $100 breakfast till 10. Then drink another cup of coffee, and they'll all casually stroll in at 10:45. The Democrats that show up. Well, I guess they'll all show up to vote. It's
Yeah,
gonna be good. Yeah. It's gonna be good, dear Lord, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
On our side. That's it for me.
All right. Yeah, so I think we covered everything. So that's going to do it for tonight. Tomorrow night, me and Henry is going to be talking Better Call Saul, the penultimate episode, episode 9, Wienerschnee. 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 Wienerschnitzel. Goodbye.
Whatever it is, y'all be
It's Better Call Saul, season 4, episode 9. Goodbye is the translation. And and then next Wednesday on the other channel, we're going to be doing some Real or Not Real. The 10th, we actually have an update on one that we did, which was Nikki's photo that we talked about. We have an update on that. And also, not only that, we actually got some hate mail on our video from Real or Not Real this past Wednesday night. So I'll be talking about that as well. We're gonna discuss that.
Was it direct?
It was for everyone. It was for everyone on the panel. Everyone on the panel. But we got a little hate mail. It was the only hate mail we got. So yeah, I'll be talking about that Wednesday, and then next Friday is going to be another not mainstream. We're going to discuss whatever happens in the news between now and next week, and on that note, and also next Saturday is going to be the final episode for the Saul Goodcast, because it's going to be the season finale. Plus the season premiere of The Walking Dead, so it's going to be the webcasting Saul Good Dead cast. I hope I did that right, Henry.
I think you went to answer the door.
Yeah, the webcasting Saul Good Deadcast. Yep, that's it.
All right. Gonna have to write that down. But yeah, on that note, we will see you here tomorrow. We'll see you here on different channels tomorrow night. Different channel Wednesday night, but we'll be here again next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep. Good night, everybody.